Hi. Okay, so I had promised to make videos quite a while ago, and God, I look so fat. Ugh, I look unproportionate to myself. Okay, so I promised to make videos quite a while ago, and I did set up a YouTube channel, so that is up, and I will be posting to that YouTube channel. There's so much I want to talk about. I've been writing down ideas for months, and I want to make this channel a little bit different than what I've seen. It's basically going to be talking about all kinds of stuff, not just witch stuff, not just magic stuff, but I want to, one of the things I really like to do, and I am kind of good at, is giving advice. So we're gonna do that, but also I want to talk about my new collection. But this video is just going to be an intro video. If you don't know who I am La Bruja. My name is Melissa. I am with the Raven and La Bruja. That is our shop name and the name of our business. So I'm just going to give you some background about me. Let's see, I started on Instagram, I started that page probably a year and a half ago, maybe a little bit more than that. And it was basically just for myself, just to post the work that I do for me and for my friends, to post my spell work, candles and stuff like that. It was just for me, and I didn't really have any other plans on it. And it was cool for a few months, not a big deal. And then I started getting, a little bit of more of a following, and so that was kind of exciting. And then I didn't know about the witching community on Instagram. I didn't know. I had no idea. A lot of the pages that I had seen were more of like the psychics and selling their psychic readings and stuff, but it's not the same. It wasn't the same kind of stuff that I found later. And then the more I dug into it, and the more people who started following me and me following them back, I started to see like, oh shit, there is like a whole witching community out here that I had no idea about. Here I thought I was like on my own, doing my thing, when there was a lot of other people out there too doing their thing. So it was kind of exciting, because you get the views of other people and what they're doing and how they do it, and that's really cool, because we all come from a different background. We all are on a different path. We all grew up with different things and taught different ways. I am Mexicana. I'm Mexican. I am American born, and I am like third generation. I do have family and ancestors that were brujas and curanderas and healers and all that good stuff. So I do feel like a lot of the stuff I learned was intuitively. Looking back, I started really getting into witchcraft when I was about 13. But it was before that I knew I was different. There was something different about me that was not like anyone else. And I was feeling spirits, and I was seeing spirits, and I just had a huge draw to the occult, and I didn't really know why. And I just kind of ran with it. But, looking back at Melissa at 13, I was doing things that I didn't realize were like rituals. I was doing things in my own little way without anyone explaining anything to me, but it just felt right. It made sense to me. But I would be lying to you if I said, oh, I've been a witch since I was 13. No, I haven't. I was 13. I didn't know what I was doing, but I knew I was doing something. But, life is life. I've been in and out of this since I was 13. I have picked it up and put it down multiple times. I had a life to live. I got married at 21. I had a baby, and I was living that life, and that all the magic stuff had to be put on hold. It just kind of got put away. And I did come from a Catholic family, and I married a very Catholic man who comes from a very hardcore Catholic family, and that just wouldn't fly. So, I kept all that stuff on the down low. The one thing I've always been interested in, and I got this from my mom, is astrology. My mom has always been into astrology. She's always been into occult stuff, and she was my first teacher in astrology. So that is something that I always have kept with me because of her. But so I was doing the married thing and working and raising children, and by the time I hit 30, I was just unhappy. I had everything. I had a big fancy house built. I had cars. I had it all. I had nice shit, and I was unhappy. I was just miserable. And I was miserable in my marriage. I was miserable in what I was doing. I worked in the medical field. There was a lot of things I did love. I absolutely loved about working in the medical field. That is also something that's always been an interest to me, is healing people, helping people. But I just never felt like this is not what I'm supposed to be doing. And I didn't know what I was supposed to be doing. But I honestly, at 30, had like a breakdown. And all the nice shit I had meant nothing to me. And so, my kids were little. My first two kids were still little and everything. But, I couldn't be with the man I married anymore. And I kind of just spiraled. And I picked up magic again. I started back into it, and it gave me a lot of strength. It gave me direction. It gave me my power back because I had lost it. So yeah, I picked it up again. Everything was going really well, and I was figuring shit out. Now I was a single mom, and now that came with a lot of issues and hardships. So, you know what? Let me pause this for a second because I need to get my vape. Hold on. Okay. So, then, I was in a couple of short-term relationships, nothing big, nothing that I was exactly into that much, just whatevers. And, but yeah, I was doing my magic and stuff, on the down low. Nobody knew. I kept it very secret. Very secret. Because this was back in the late 2000s, like 2009, 2010, 2012. So I just kept it to myself, and I was doing my own stuff. And then I got into another relationship. I was in that relationship for 5 years, and that's where my third child came from. And it ended up being toxic in a lot of ways. And so the last 2 years of that relationship, the last year of that relationship, a lot of things were happening to me in my life, in my personal life, besides the craziness in the relationship. But I was going through something. And again, something was missing. Something wasn't right. I wasn't on the right path. I felt like I wasn't on the right path. And that calling back into magic and spirituality was calling me again. And I just was like, I can't fight it anymore. I can't keep hiding it. I can't keep fighting it. And this is who I am, and I need to just embrace it. I just need to, because I'm never going to be 100% happy if I just walk away from it and not devote myself to it. So I think that was like 2014. So that's when it started. That's when I really started to diving into it. That's when, and I was hiding it from the guy I was with. I was I was hiding shit in my closet. We had set by the time our relationship was already ending, I had my own room, and I was hiding things from him. I was hiding all kinds of shit from him. I was hiding lit candles in the closet. So yeah, it was just, you know, you got to do what you got to do, and you know, because, you know, what I do has such a stigma of, you know, that's Satan, that's the devil, that you're, you know, all that stupid stuff, when no, I'm just trying to find my own fucking power and, you know, connect to something else, because nothing else on this earth is working for me, and religion is not working for me. And I really started to reprogram my brain of all the shit that we have been programmed to think. And it was just a lot. It was a lot. And it's a lot of purging. It's a lot of questioning. And so, yeah, so that's what I was doing. And then once I left that relationship, then I could dive in 100% into what I needed to be doing. And that's where it really took off, right? Yeah, so that's that's where it began, as far as like hardcore, this is what I'm doing, this is my path, this is what is going to heal me spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically. And then about a year, I don't know, a year after I really dove into everything, I think that's when I made my Instagram page a separate one from my private one. And, you know, just posting stuff that I was doing on my own. And that's when I found, like, oh shit, there's other people doing these things too. And, you know, and just like anything else, you know, you will find people out there that you vibe with, that you get it, that you, God, everyone keeps calling me, hold on. That you will gravitate to. And then there's going to be people that you don't, and that's okay. I don't expect everyone to like me. It's okay to not like me. I'm not for everybody, and everybody's not for everybody. What I do promise is to be as authentic as I possibly can, and to be as truthful as I possibly can, and to just be me, and that's what you're gonna get. But so yeah, so I started posting things, and, you know, it was quiet for a few months. It was like not a big deal, and then all of a sudden I started getting people messaging me, DMing me, wanting services. And that scared me. It scared me because, you know, outside of family and friends and myself, I hadn't really done anything for strangers, you know, and people in different states and different cities, different countries. So that was scary to me. But other people were doing it too, so why couldn't I do it? So I had just I kept telling people no. I kept telling them no. And then I mentioned it to Bruja, and I was like, they're DMing me, and they're asking me for services, and I don't know what to do. And he was like, just take one and see what happens, see how it goes. And so I did, took one, and one turned into two, and two turned into three, and so on and so on. And, you know, and then I started to develop my routine and my method and how I'm going to do this and everything. And it took a few months to really hone in on how I was going to do this. And then by the end of last year, like, it got crazy. It was getting crazy. It was getting crazy for me. And I was like overwhelmed because I didn't understand, like, how is this happening? Why is this happening? I mean, it's awesome, but also, you know, chatting with my spirit guides and my ancestors and everything, I was just like, this is the path. I just didn't know how it was going to unfold. I didn't know how it was going to manifest itself. I knew I wanted to help people. I knew I wanted to embrace my magic. I knew I wanted to do this as my life and share it with people. But I just didn't know how it was going to unfold. And that's how it unfolded. You know, sometimes you manifest things, but you don't know how it's going to come. You don't know how it's going to unfold in your life. So that's how it happened. And now here I am. Here we are. So I didn't ask for it. It wasn't my plan for it to happen. It wasn't like, I'm going to do this and this and this, and I'm going to get this and that. It just happened. It was like, and it's pretty awesome that it organically happened. I think that's what makes it a little bit more special. And I'm appreciative to all the people who have put their faith into me and trust into me to help them, because that does mean a lot. So here we are. Here I am. And I'm in no means at the end of my journey, and I'm in no means like, do I know everything? Because I do not know fucking everything. I do not pretend to be an expert at everything. I do not pretend to know everything about everything, because there's just too much. But what I do know, I want to share in certain aspects. But it's really important to me, especially for the new people that are beginning. It's really important that you guys understand that I am a little bit harsh. I am a little bit blunt. I am a little bit truthful. I am a lot truthful. But I won't give you spells. I won't tell you how I do things. I won't give you all the answers. I'll direct you into, you know, whatever. But I just believe that it is better for you to do it on your own and to find your way, because that is coming from you. It's coming from yourself and your heart. So I know I get a lot of people getting mad because I'll tell people, research it, look it up. But I had very little information passed down to me. Very little. I had to just take what was given to me and run with it and figure it out and figure out what works best for me. Now, I do things in my own way, and I think it's best for people to do things in their own way that makes sense to them, that feels right to them, and to use your intuition, to use your gut, to use your heart and soul into what you do. I think that is the best way to do it. So this is my first video. There will be more. In fact, I'm going to make a couple more today, but I just wanted to do an intro on me, who I am, what I do, and my journey until now. And, you know, I'm not done. I have a lot more things coming, a lot more plans, a lot more goals. This is just the start. I just launched my collection, which was very exciting, but I'm not going to stop doing services for people. I do enjoy connecting with my clients. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot to say, there's a lot to do, and I hope you stick with me. I'm not perfect. I will fuck up. I will put my foot in my mouth. I will sometimes be mean. Well, I can't say not on purpose. Sometimes I will. But like I said, you're going to get what you're going to get. You can love it or leave it. But that is it for today on this video. I'm going to try to make them 20 minutes or less. So I'm going to come right back, though, with the new video and talk about some other stuff. All right, you guys.